Hi, in this video we will try creating multiple Australian maps on a chart and show some sample sales data. We did a similar Australian map with COVID data earlier. The link is in the up there on your screen. But in this one we are going to do multiple charts and then plot the data based on the groups or on the range. So the charts are going to look something like this. So we have two charts, year 2019 and year 2020, then comparing the sales for each region of the state based on the groups from 0 to 100, 100 to 500, 500 to 1K, etc. We are going to use the AusMaps. AusMaps is the package which provides the functionality for Australian maps. Just load these three packages, and if I run AusMap, you would get a basic Australian map. The data behind that is stored in ausmap_data. So I've actually got the data extracted. So it's the name of the state and then the geometry. So we're not going to touch the geometry. We're just going to use the names as is. And if I go and plot this sf_aus, which is our data file, which has the geometry as well, we can simply plot it by ggplot, giving data equals sf_aus, and then geometry is geom_sf, which is basically a map. So you get a map coming up like this. Now, in order to put some data in there, I can use the sf_aus and then add my sales data or patient data into that as well. So let's create some dummy data. So I'm calling it as DS. So it's basically all the states which exist in sf_aus. The names have to be exactly the same. And then for those using those names, I'm giving two columns of data, some random sales data for 2 years. So I've actually created a data set called DS, and I'll fix the names. Currently it's showing X1, X2, X3. So I can run names command, and then this is going to fix the column names. So using state Y 2019 and Y 2020. Now, in order to group the data, because the data is all across ranging from 98 to 10,200 or 20,300, we can group them into different groups by using the cut function. Now the cut function is this. So we are saying that for these different groups, cut them into different labels. So 0 to 100, for anything below 100 would be 0 to 100, 100 to 500, 500 to 1K, 1K to 5K, etc. Now you can run it, and then you would notice that we have an extra column up there. And I can use the same method for doing year 2020 group as well, based on the 2020 data. And this was based on 2019 data. So you would end up with extra columns. So these are the actual numbers which we got in the beginning. And then based on these numbers, we have created different groups. So 130 falls under the group 100 to 500. And similarly, on year 2020, 10,200 falls under 10K to 20K group. Now, next thing is, remember that we started with sf_aus data. Now we're going to merge our data, the sales data, with the map. So I'm saying we want to merge the map data and our sales data, which we just created. We have sf_s, which has now got the maps data. So this and this is the maps data, and then we have the years and the sales in those years with the groups, etc. So we have merged the data together. Now using another package, called Patchwork. Now this is only to join or bring multiple charts into the same single screen. So my chart is going to look like this. So it's a ggplot. Data we are going to use is the one which we just created, the merge data. And then I want to fill it by year 2019. And I want to use the scale fill manual. Remember, we have different breaks, 0 to 100, 100 to 500, 500 to 1K, etc. And then I'm giving a corresponding color for each of those ranges. So if I just plot this chart, you got a basic Australian map with different states being filled with different colors based on the number of sales in that area. 0 to 100 is shown as white color, above 20K is shown as red color, and so on. Now all we have to do is plot another chart, because we're going to do multiple charts on the same screen. So in this one, I'm just using the 2020 data instead of 2019, and the label has been changed accordingly. Scale fill manual, which is going to give different colors based on the fill, is the same. If I run this chart, here's our second chart. Now let's merge this chart together. So I'm going to issue another command here. I'm going to call this as PL1, this as PL2. So I'll run this. So I'll get an object called PL1, which is the first chart, and then this is the second one. So PL2 is the second one. Next thing is to do the basic patchwork command, which is going to add both the charts together. So PL1 plus PL2, and then we just want to have a common plot annotation title at the top. So if I run this together, we end up with a plot which is a comparison of year 2019 with year 2020, and based on different groups or ranges of the sales from 0 to 100 is shown in white color across both. 500 to 1K are being shown in blue color in both the charts. For example, if you notice that the colors have changed here and here, but in other areas it remains the same. And on the right hand side, you notice that there is a 10K to 20K range, which is not shown on the left. So pink has not been used on the left chart. Pink is only used on the right chart. So this way we can clearly distinguish between our transitions and our changes in the data from year to year. Needless to say that you can put multiple charts in there. All you have to do is create more charts up there, and then you can simply say PL1 plus PL2 plus PL3 plus PL4, etc., and it will start doing it. So for example, if I just wanted to do it multiple times, all I need to do is issue so I can add it like this, say PL. So let's add PL1 again, because we haven't got PL3 or PL4 charts, so I'm just going to repeat the same charts again. So you would end up with, so if I'm just repeating those charts, you would end up with 4 charts up on the screen, something like this. And I hope you found this information useful. Thank you very much for watching it. And if you like it, please subscribe to our channel and like our video as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.